You ever sprinkled salt on your food and thought, where did this come from? Maybe you never really thought about it, but salt isn't just something that magically appears in a shaker. It has a long, fascinating history, and getting it from oceans, underground deposits, or salt lakes to your table is a process full of ingenuity and tradition. Today, we're diving into how salt is actually made, and along the way, we'll explore why this simple mineral has been so important to humans for thousands of years. Right here, that's as rich as its taste. It's been treasured by humans for thousands of years, not just as a seasoning, but as a form of currency and a symbol of wealth. Ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Chinese, relied on salt for food preservation long before refrigeration existed. Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, giving rise to the word salary, derived from the Latin salarium. In medieval Europe, salt was so valuable that it sparked wars and trade routes, influencing economies and politics. Salt's power went beyond flavor. It was essential for survival, for curing meats, preserving fish, and even as a medicinal ingredient. Understanding its importance helps explain why humans have developed multiple ingenious ways to extract it. One of the oldest and most natural methods of producing salt is from seawater. Sea salt production is a process that relies on the simplest principle, evaporation. Seawater is collected in shallow ponds called salt pans and left under the sun to slowly evaporate. Over time, as the water evaporates, salt crystals begin to form. The process can take weeks, depending on the climate and season, and requires careful management to ensure the water is clean and free of contaminants. Once the crystals reach the right size, workers rake them out, wash them, and dry them for packaging. Sea salt is often prized for its mineral content and subtle flavor variations, depending on the location of the salt pans. For example, the famous fleur de sel from France is hand-harvested and considered a gourmet finishing salt because it forms delicate, thin crystals on the surface of salt ponds. While sea salt depends on evaporation, rock salt comes from underground deposits formed millions of years ago. These deposits are remnants of ancient seas that evaporated, leaving behind thick layers of salt buried under rock and sediment. Rock salt mining is a fascinating process that can be done through traditional mining or through solution mining. In traditional mining, miners use drills and explosives to break up the rock, which is then transported to the surface and crushed into smaller pieces suitable for consumption or industrial use. Solution mining, on the other hand, involves injecting water into underground salt deposits, which dissolves the salt to create a brine. This brine is then pumped to the surface where it is evaporated to recover the salt. Rock salt is commonly used not just for food, but for de-icing roads in winter, and as an industrial raw material for chemical processes. In addition to sea and rock salt, another major method of producing salt is through industrial evaporation. This method is highly controlled and allows for the production of very pure salt. In this process, brine, either from seawater or underground sources, is heated in large tanks until all the water evaporates, leaving behind pure salt crystals. This method can produce massive quantities quickly and consistently, which is why it is often used to meet the global demand for table salt and industrial applications. Depending on the process, different additives may be included, such as anti-caking agents, to ensure the salt flows freely. Industrial salt production also allows for iodization, which is crucial in preventing iodine deficiency in populations around the world. Not all salt is created equal, And today there's an incredible variety of specialty salts available. Unlike common table salt, which is almost entirely sodium chloride, and home cooks now use these salts not just for seasoning, but as a finishing touch that adds visual appeal to dishes. Salt does more than make food taste salty. Its impact on food is both chemical and sensory, which is why producers are so careful about the type and amount of salt they add. In cooking, salt enhances flavor by suppressing bitterness and amplifying natural aromas, making foods taste richer and more balanced. It also plays a crucial role in texture. In bread making, salt strengthens gluten networks, giving dough structure and elasticity, while in meats, salt draws out moisture through osmosis, improving tenderness and juiciness. In preservation, salt inhibits the growth of bacteria and mold by reducing water activity, which is why it has been used for centuries to cure meats, pickle vegetables, and preserve fish. Even tiny differences in crystal size and shape can influence how quickly salt dissolves and how the flavor unfolds, showing that salt is far from a simple additive. It actively transforms food at multiple levels. Salt might seem ordinary, but it's anything but. From its crucial role in ancient economies and preservation methods to the intricate production techniques used today, salt has influenced the course of human history. Whether harvested from the sun-soaked salt pans, mined from ancient underground deposits, or industrially evaporated for purity, the journey of salt is a testament to human ingenuity and the importance of simple things in our daily lives. Next time you sprinkle a pinch over your food, take a moment to appreciate the long journey that tiny crystal has taken, from ancient seas and mines to your very table. Salt is more than flavor. It's history, science, and survival, all rolled into one. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.
Contact us Manzoor and Sons. 0300-711-1798. 0337-211-1798. Thank for watching.